Hi guys! This is a really exciting video for me to make because I have been looking for a good quality vegan leather faux dory for about a year now. When I first found out about the Midori brand, I was intrigued, but I was really disappointed to learn that they were all made out of leather and that there were no vegan options available. And when I started to check out the faux dories, again, they're mostly leather. There are quite a lot of fabric ones, but I think that I'm probably not alone in feeling like the texture of a fabric faux dory is just not at all the same. And I've been looking for a, sort of good quality, reliable faux leather one for ages, and it's very difficult to find them. I had a few bad experiences with Etsy, and so I wanted to find one that was, really reliable. So a couple of weeks ago, I was very excited to see that Love by Gabby, which is a fantastic Etsy shop selling planners and planner supplies based in the Netherlands, and I'll link it below, had these two faux dories, a black one and a brown one. And I knew that she would be dependable because all of her stuff is fantastic. So I ordered the black one, and it came a few days ago, and I instantly loved it. I think this, unlike many other faux dories, this is actually based around the original Midori model, and you'll see as we'll look at it in a second. So it's kind of got all of the features that you would expect of the Midori and the same look. It comes in this set. You can't get them on your own, but I think the set is quite good value. It was £25 for the whole thing, and I'll show you what comes in it. So first up, you get the Midori, or faux dory. So like I said, Love by Gabby had a black one and a brown one. I've also seen them on AliExpress, and there seems to be a red one and a green one as well. So Love by Gabby or Gabby from Love by Gabby is going to be getting them back in stock in the next couple of weeks, she said. And I don't know if she's going to be getting more colors in, but there's definitely black and brown that she has. So I went with the black one because I like the fact that it's all black. The elastic is black. And it sort of all matches, whereas the brown one has a black elastic as well. And I didn't like the contrast as much. So, well, I mean, there's really, I guess, not that much to show with the faux dory, but you get this elastic, which comes from the back, which I believe is like the original Midori. And it's a really, really nice quality, cruelty-free leather. So it's quite smooth to the touch with like a little bit of texture, which you might be able to see, tiny bit of sort of graininess, but it's very smooth. And on the side, I really like this detail. There's this little brass, I think it's brass bead, and it's square, just kind of attached to the top loop here. And then you can see in the let's see there, the elastic is vertical and it's finished off at the bottom. Which is I was happy about, because the other traveler's notebook that I have is a Love Doki, and that one has this hole at the bottom. Not a hole, it's like a slit, so I like this better because it's all finished off. And then the sides here, you can see that this is just like a smooth finish. And when you open it, it's got two elastics, which again I think is like the original Midori brand, one bigger and one smaller. And at the moment, because it's empty, they're kind of loose, but I'll show you when you put inserts in it, it looks like completely fine. It's taut. And then you have the elastic, the elastic closure is on the side here. And the inside is a kind of soft, sort of suede-like feeling synthetic leather. And it's brown. So it's black on the outside and then very, very dark brown on the inside. And I just think that this is fantastic. I'm really, really happy with it. I think it's great quality. It really feels very, just what you want from synthetic leather. It's great. Because there are some faux dories that are made out of vinyl. And I think at least the ones that I've seen, you could really, they just felt cheap and not like what you wanted. But I think this really feels, just like or very similar to the sort of the original Midori. And I know that a lot of people don't actually like the original Midori, they prefer other brands like Chic Sparrow and stuff like that. And so this one, you know, is really kind of like a very close mimic of the original Midori. So if you don't like the look of the original, then this might not be your thing. But then because there's so few faux leather options, and this one, you know, is really good quality and looks beautiful, I'm certainly more than happy with it. So that's what it looks like. Then if we look at the inserts, you get 3 inserts, and they're all stitched. And this is, by the way, if you couldn't tell, this is the standard Midori size, so it will fit standard Midori inserts as well. So I've got some here. These are Midori brand inserts, and they're exactly the same size and shape. So the booklets are all stitched, and the first one is an undated weekly planner. So this one that they sent is, this is just the one that comes in the set. I don't know if there are others. And in fact, this company is kind of mysterious. It's a Chinese company called M&G. So the website is mg.cn, and I've looked up this website. They've got an English version and a Chinese version. And if you look at the website, it doesn't actually list these. It lists a lot of like pens, mostly pens, and like some other office supplies, but it doesn't say anything about these. So it's kind of a mystery to me. I don't know if they're a new product or like what's going on, but there's no information about them on the website, so it's kind of mysterious. But they have this this nice undated weekly layout, and it starts on Monday. It has a shared weekend. It has space for notes at the bottom, and then it has a little bit of space at the top and a place for you to write the date in, and then it's got times from 8 a.m. until 10 p.m., which is quite a good spread, and it's highlighted 12 p.m. So this is quite nice. Obviously, you know, if you know me, you'll know I am not a fan of the shared weekend, but it's, you know, it's fine. It came with the Midori. I would have been happy just to get this on its own. So this is kind of like a bonus. And it's quite thick. I don't know how many weeks this has, but it looks like it's probably like 64 pages, I'd say, or something. So it's probably at least 6 months worth here, I would guess. And that's that booklet. The covers are kind of like a sort of textured cardstock. Very nice covers. They kind of feel like, if you think of like handmade paper that has a kind of like grainy texture, they're a bit like that. And they're all different colors. So this planner, the weekly planner, is blue. And then this one is a small grid, which I love, on one side, and then the other side is blank, and it's divided in half. So I don't know if this is based on one of the Midori inserts or if it's just one of their own inventions, but this is quite nice. I would have preferred it if it were grid on both sides, but this is fine. And this is like kind of like olive green, again stitched, and the same, looks like the same number of pages. So these seem, if we compare them to one of the Midori inserts, which is 64 pages, they seem like they're about the same size or a bit thicker. And then the third one is a kind of like sort of orangey beige, reddy mud color. And this one is just blank. So those are the inserts that it comes with. And then it also comes with this cool pocket, which has like sort of several layers. So on the outside, it has 3 credit card or business card slots. And then on the inside, it just has this one pocket. And then on the other side, it has a zip pocket. So this one is great because you could really keep a lot of like, you know, stickers and washi samples and even, you know, like A4 papers folded up in this. And then I'll just quickly take you through the rest of the stuff that it comes with, and then show you what it looks like with the inserts in it. So you also get a pack of sticky notes, these like kind of rainbow colored ones, and then also some sort of like post-it like looking ones in this little pack here. An extra elastic and another bead that, as far as I can tell, looks just the same as the one that it comes with. It's black as well. Then you get some stickers. These were in a little packet and I took them out. So they're like stamps, you know, the kind of stickers that look like postage stamps, and they're kind of repositionable. At least I put one on in my planner and then moved it. So I don't know if they're designed to be repositionable, but they seem to be, and they're really nice. You get a good sort of range of all like different animals and mushrooms for some reason. And then you get this pouch. This is a cotton and linen pouch with a button closure, and it's like meant to be for putting your Fodori in, but I'm using it to keep like stickers and planner supplies and stuff. So this is really nice, and again, it's all made by this MG company. And then the final thing is a pen loop. So when I first saw this pen loop, I panicked for a little while because it really, really looked like leather to me. I was sure this was leather, and I was like, oh no, because I checked beforehand that the Fodori was faux leather, and it hadn't occurred to me to think that the pen loop might be different, but like I was inspecting it and James was inspecting it, and we were both like, that really looks like leather and it smells like leather. And so I was kind of freaking out, and I was like, oh no, this is awful. I can't recommend this to anyone. And so I checked with Love by Gabby, and she said that they had told her that the whole set was faux leather, but that she would double check with them. And in the meantime, I did some more investigations, and I watched some videos on how to tell faux leather from real leather, which I think are actually designed like sort of for the opposite reason. Like I wanted it to be faux leather. And apparently the smell means nothing and the texture means nothing, because that smell that people associate with leather is actually just chemicals. So it doesn't matter, like that smell could just as easily come from faux leather. So basically it seems like it can be quite difficult to tell animal leather from synthetic leather, but if you can see that they're like kind of two layers, like here, I did some more tests, and it seems like there's a layer of fiber, and then this top layer I investigated, and I kind of pulled some of it apart, and it's definitely a sort of like synthetic material. And in the meantime, Gabby was awesome, and she came back to me and confirmed that it's definitely faux leather. So panic averted. I'm really happy because I wanted to show this to you. So just to give you a bit of a taste of what it's like if you're trying to find cruelty-free planner supplies, it can be very frustrating because you sort of do your best and then you think that you actually still haven't got the whole truth. And I'll talk more about that in another video because you have to like constantly double check everything, which is annoying. But I'm really happy that this had a happy ending. So it's an awesome pen loop. So you can see it's just like kind of like bolted on one side, and then it's got again MG logo on it. I really kind of feel like I like this company because they made this like awesome set, but it's just so peculiar that they don't have anything about it on their website. Okay, so if we put aside these extras, I'll just set up the notebook. And if you're wondering what I'm going to use this for, it's actually something of a conundrum. When I bought this, I was using my Love Doki as a as a list book, and then in the meantime I switched to the Levenger discband system, which I think works better for that. And I think I probably would have ordered this anyway because I I've been looking for one of these for so long that when I finally found it, I think I would have just had to buy it anyway. But now I'm not sure what to do with it, and I really want to use it because it's so amazing. So I'm contemplating switching our food tracker, which is in the Happy Planner at the moment, out of the Happy Planner and into this. But I'm not sure whether or not that's like, I'd really like to use this. So I think it would work for that, because I'll just show you what I have in mind. So what I was thinking of doing is, and this is with all three inserts in now, so, and the like the credit card pocket. So that's what it looks like. So it just, with three notebooks, it's quite full. They just come right to the edge, but there isn't any overhang. And then you close it like that, and it looks really nice. So I love the way this looks. I think when it's when it's empty, it kind of doesn't look like much, but when it's got inserts in it, it really comes into its own. It's really satisfying and chunky. It has a great feel. It feels solid. This was my main issue with Fabric Traveler's notebooks. I love them as notebook covers, but they feel like kind of insubstantial to me somehow. I'm not like I'm saying there's anything wrong with them, because I think that they're great as notebook covers, but somehow I think if you have like a kind of more substantial system, like if you want to use it as a planner, or, you know, really if you want to use it as something that you sort of carry around with you. And I think what I think of as the sort of, you know, the quintessential traveler's notebook kind of idea is that it's sort of supposed to be a bit rugged, and somehow Fabric doesn't quite match that. So I like them, but not in the same way, if that makes sense. And this really kind of feels satisfying. So yeah, this is what it looks like with all of the inserts in. And if we open it, so this is the first one on its own elastic, and then I just put these two together with the credit card wallet, and I'm really happy with the way that this looks. I think it's just great. It's just everything that I always imagined a traveler's notebook would be. And then the pen loop, it's kind of hard to put on because the metal is really tight, but once you get it on, it fits fine. And I put it on before and it didn't leave a mark. So then you can like kind of adjust it. You can either put it on the front or the back, obviously. So I've just put it on the back here. And it looks like that. And it's so you put the pen through this loop. The metal just keeps it attached. So the one thing about it is that it doesn't take really thick pens. So this is like quite a thin pen, and that's fine. But like, for example, sometimes also pulling it off, it sort of moves a little bit, but I've only had this for a couple of days, so I'm not an expert on how the pen loop works yet. Some of you, if you're more familiar with traveler's notebooks, and I think that this is like the Midori pen loop, so you might sort of be more used to using it. So it also fits this 0.5 friction pen, but you'd have to move the pen loop down because it doesn't like sort of fit all the way to the top, but it fits quite well. So there's that. It won't fit the clicker friction pens, but what will? Nothing. So yeah, and it's a little bit, let's see, a little bit tough to remove, but not bad. It's a little bit stiff, but I think it will probably sort of like warm up with use. So that's the pen loop. I can't decide whether I'd like it better on the front or not. This is a lot of fun because this is like all of the sort of stuff that I dreamed of doing with a traveler's notebook that I've seen in videos, and I've never had one that kind of felt like, you know, yeah, like I've never had a pen loop like this or anything. So this is all very exciting. There, that's what it looks like on the front. Yeah, so I think that this is a really, really good option if you're looking for something like this. It feels like, obviously I've only, you know, had it for a little while, so I haven't been able to sort of test it out over an extended period and attest to the longevity, but it feels like really solid and good quality. So I really recommend it. Like I said, Love by Gabby is going to be getting these in again in the next couple of weeks, so I'll put a link to her shop below. I can't put a link to the actual item description because it's not up at the moment, but she said that they will be back in stock. And I'll also put in a link to AliExpress in case that's easier for you. So if you live in Europe, I would say get it from Love by Gabby because, you know, it will be like quick and easy and no issue with customs fees. So I hope you enjoyed this and that you are excited as me to find out about a beautiful faux leather traveler's notebook. I've also got another vegan leather traveler's notebook on the way, so it never rains but it pours after all this time waiting. And so I'll do a review of that as soon as it comes in. And in the meantime, thank you so much for watching as always, and I'll see you again soon with some other videos.